I just graduated college. I've got more payments than I can even handle, and I just thought I'd be able to find a job, and no one told me it was going to be this hard.
I know it's scary. Let's kind of analyze what we need to do first. I've been where you are, and I was a little bit scared.
I just really don't know what to do at this point.
You know, I hear a lot of horror stories about how little students know about handling their money when they come to campus.
When I ask, how many of you have credit cards? They all have one.
I ask students, if your friend asked you to go to dinner and you didn't have money to do it, what would you do? And invariably, I will almost have the room split down the middle, that half of the students say, I would go anyway. And they'd be willing to get into debt to go. And the other half of the room would say, I'd try to find a way to get out of it.
If a student gets caught up in buying this, buying that, we have to have the big screen TV in our apartment, that becomes a focus more than academics. And pretty soon the academics slide. I don't have enough money to pay my tuition anymore, which can get a little embarrassing for a student, and a lot of times they'll leave college because they don't have the money to stay.
Colleges are losing more students to credit card debt problems than they are to academic failure. You get your credit cards up, you got to go get a job and pay them. You quit school and come home, which, by the way, activates your student loans 6 months later, and you don't have an education to get the better job to be able to pay the student loans. There's a cycle here that's really got socioeconomic impact. It's a real problem.
Working in financial aid, students would come in, but usually they'd come in too late because it's already been 2 or 3 semesters worth of mismanagement of their funds. They don't have that money to stay in school. Had they come earlier at the beginning of their college career, that was the perfect opportunity to work with that student.
What's our ultimate goal as a university? Our ultimate goal as a university is to educate students so when they leave, they can have productive, meaningful lives. We want them to better themselves while they're here and have that American dream when they get out. This curriculum is a good way to start that foundation and to put them off on the right foot.
We are going to lay out a step-by-step game plan for you to be able to win. The core, the outline, the bones, the skeletal structure of that whole process is called the baby steps.
Foundations for Life and Money is certainly more than just a course on teaching financial skills. You have to actually do those skills. It's about behavior change, behavior modification. It's one thing to know the material, it's another thing to live it and actually do it. And that's what we're about here, is changing the financial behaviors of college students around the country.